Airlines and cruise lines just banned a list of everyday items that could be hiding in your suitcase right now. Pack the wrong thing, and you're not just losing it at security. You could be turned away at the gate altogether. And here's the part most travelers never expect. Some of the new banned items are completely ordinary. Things you probably use every week at home are suddenly treated like contraband once you step into the airport or cruise terminal. If you think this sounds over the top, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what not to pack, and you'll probably be surprised at what made the list. Before we dive in, hit that like button and subscribe. This way, you'll never be the one caught off guard with your favorite gadget in the confiscation bin. Cordless flat irons and curling irons sound perfect for travel. No messy cords, quick touch-ups anywhere. But most of them run on butane cartridges or lithium batteries, and that makes them a safety risk. Airlines won't allow them in checked luggage. If you pack one there, chances are you'll never see it again. It must go in your carry-on, and only if it has a proper safety cap. Plenty of travelers have learned this the hard way. I've seen people pulled aside at security, confused when their brand new styler got confiscated simply because it was in the wrong bag. One tiny packing mistake, and your morning routine for the entire trip is gone. So if a cordless hair tool is on your list, double-check it's capped and keep it in your carry-on where it belongs. Next up, the lifeline we all carry, power banks. These little bricks are banned from checked luggage worldwide, no exceptions. They can only go in your carry-on. But here's what's new. Airlines are getting stricter. After multiple in-flight fire scares, including one on a January 2025 Air Busan flight that forced an evacuation, crews are now extra watchful. I've even seen announcements telling passengers to keep power banks in a visible spot. And if yours overheats or starts smoking, you're expected to hand it to the crew immediately so they can throw it in a fire containment bag. Bottom line, keep your chargers in your carry-on, don't bury them at the bottom, and never, ever check them. It's not just power banks that get flagged anymore. Electronics with non-removable lithium batteries, like wireless headphones, smartwatches, or handheld gaming consoles, are also under tighter control. The key issue is battery capacity. Anything over 100 watt-hours is restricted, and most airlines won't let it fly unless you've requested special approval in advance. Even smaller devices can get pulled aside for inspection if the battery looks swollen, damaged, or unsafe. The safe move? Always keep these gadgets in your carry-on, never in checked luggage. Make sure they're powered down before boarding, and if possible, carry them in cases that protect the buttons from being accidentally pressed mid-flight. So whether it's your noise-canceling headphones or a Nintendo Switch, treat them like power banks, close by, visible, and ready to be inspected. That way, you'll avoid delays and keep your entertainment for the flight. Mini air fryers, travel-size cookers, even compact blow dryers might sound like clever packing, but on a cruise ship, they're a big red flag. Anything that pumps out serious heat can overload the ship's electrical system or become a fire hazard in a cabin. That's why they're all banned, no matter how travel-friendly the label claims to be. And yes, people really do try. One guest once rolled up with a mini air fryer in their luggage, thinking they'd be the hero serving midnight fries at sea. Security didn't even blink, they pulled it instantly. The fryer never made it past the gangway. So instead of risking your gear being confiscated, just use what's provided. Cabins usually come with hair dryers, and if you're craving hot food, the buffet and restaurants on board have you covered, without setting off the smoke alarms. Fireworks might seem like harmless fun, but on planes and cruise ships, they're strictly banned. Whether it's sparklers, firecrackers, or anything that can explode, security won't let them through, carry-on or checked. The consequences aren't small. Get caught, and you could face heavy fines, denied boarding, or even federal charges. In the US, TSA reports multiple incidents every year of travelers trying to slip fireworks through security, especially around holiday weekends like July 4th. Cruise lines treat them just as seriously. Even a tiny pack of sparklers is enough to have your bag flagged and your trip cut short. If you want fireworks as part of your celebration, wait until you reach your destination where it's legal and safe. Trying to sneak them on board is a quick way to turn your vacation into a disaster. This one always catches travelers off guard. On airplanes, Bluetooth speakers are usually fine as long as you use them with headphones or keep the volume low. But the rules change once you step onto a cruise ship. Carnival banned them completely, not even in your cabin. Royal Caribbean allows them on board, but draws a hard line at places like their private island, Perfect Day at Coco Cay. Other lines have their own twists, but the message is clear. Blasting music in public spaces is a no-go. The contrast is what surprises most people. On a plane, your speaker is harmless background tech. On a ship, it's treated like a potential nuisance, because nothing kills the vibe faster than someone turning the pool deck into their personal nightclub. So if music is a must-have, stick to headphones or a tiny travel sound machine for your cabin. Anything louder will get you flagged before you even hit the buffet. Not long ago, some cruisers thought they'd found a genius loophole, bringing their own Wi-Fi router or even a Starlink kit to dodge pricey onboard internet packages. For a while, it actually worked, but cruise lines caught on fast, and now these devices are firmly on the banned list. The official reason? They can interfere with the ship's internal systems, pose cybersecurity risks, and hog precious bandwidth that's meant to be shared among thousands of passengers. The unofficial reason? Cruise lines want you to buy their internet plans, not create your own. If security spots a router or a Starlink kit in your bag, it'll be pulled immediately and stored until the trip ends. So no, you're not going to binge Netflix at sea for free, unless you're ready to pay for the ship's package like everyone else. It might feel overpriced, but at least you'll avoid the headache of having your gear taken away at check-in. A lot of travelers toss a power strip into their bag without thinking twice. On a plane, that's usually fine. On a cruise ship, though, it's a different story. Surge-protected strips and heavy-duty cords have long been banned because of fire risks. More recently, even some compact power cubes have been flagged at embarkation and taken away. The safer bet is to bring a USB hub or a multi-port travel adapter. These are designed for low voltage, don't overload the ship's system, and are generally allowed. They'll keep your phone, tablet, and power bank charged without raising eyebrows at security. And here's a simple tip. Always check your cruise line's official list of prohibited items before packing. It can save you from losing gear at the terminal, or worse, boarding without a way to charge your devices. A few years back, it was common to see passengers rolling on board with entire cases of bottled water. Not anymore. Cruise lines have shut that down completely. There are two reasons. First is environmental. Ships are under pressure to cut back on single-use plastics. Second, some guests abuse the rule by refilling bottles with alcohol or other liquids to sneak past security. Today, most major lines like Carnival and Royal Caribbean only allow limited alternatives. You can usually bring a 12-pack of canned soda or sparkling water, and each adult is allowed to carry on a single bottle of wine. Hard liquor and spirits, though, are strictly off-limits. So if you're used to stocking up at Costco before embarkation, think again. Stick to the ship's water stations, bring a refillable bottle, or budget for the beverage package. Trying to haul a case of bottled water will just get you stopped at the terminal. Some travelers like to bring big spray bottles of Lysol or household bleach to keep their cabins spotless. But all of those are banned on cruise ships. Anything flammable, corrosive, or chemical-heavy won't make it past security. What is allowed are small, travel-friendly items, disinfectant wipes in pocket packs, or personal aerosol sprays like hairspray or deodorant under 100 milliliters, 3.4 aughts. Those fall within standard limits and usually pass inspection. If you want to freshen up your cabin, pack wipes or small sprays instead of bulky cleaning supplies. They're safe, practical, and won't get confiscated at embarkation. Parents often toss a toy gun or a Nerf blaster into the suitcase, thinking it'll keep the kids entertained on board. Unfortunately, anything shaped like a weapon, real or fake, isn't allowed. That includes brightly colored water guns, foam dart shooters, and even plastic pirate pistols. The rule is strict because security staff don't have time to decide what's a harmless toy and what could be a real threat. If it looks like a gun, a knife, or even a sword, it's getting confiscated. Some cruise lines will hold it until the end of the trip, but many won't give it back at all. If you want to bring toys, stick to things that don't mimic weapons. Card games, puzzles, or small gadgets are fine, but anything that looks like a gun is guaranteed to get stopped at the checkpoint. It happens all the time. Travelers pick up a pirate-style sword or a decorative dagger at a port, thinking it'll make a fun keepsake. The problem? Cruise security won't let you carry it back on board. Wooden swords, metal replicas, even ornate daggers sold as souvenirs all fall under the same rule. If it resembles a weapon, it's not permitted in your cabin. In some cases, staff will take the item at the gangway and hold it until the very end of your trip. But if you were hoping to keep it in your room or let your kid wave it around on deck, that won't happen. So before you swipe your card at the gift shop, think twice. That shiny souvenir sword may never actually make it past the ship's scanner, or if it does, you won't see it again until disembarkation. For guests who rely on scooters or wheelchairs, there's an extra layer of rules you can't ignore. Cruise lines require all mobility devices to fit through a standard cabin doorway. On Carnival, that means under 22 inches wide. If your scooter is bigger than that, you could actually be denied boarding. That's why most cruise websites have a special needs or accessibility form. Filling it out in advance lets the staff prepare and also ensures your device meets the size limits. If it doesn't, the safe solution is to rent a compact scooter that's cruise approved. Many companies will deliver it right to the port, so it's waiting for you when you board. The message is clear. Bring the right size device, and your trip will run smoothly. Bring one that's too large, and you might not get on the ship at all. Plenty of travelers wonder if they can sneak in a small travel steamer or iron to keep outfits looking sharp. The answer is still no. Even those labeled cruise approved don't make the cut. Anything that generates heat, irons, steamers, or similar gadgets is treated as a fire hazard at sea. If you pack one, security will spot it during screening and take it out of your bag. It won't be available for use in your cabin, no matter how compact or travel-friendly it seems. A smarter move is to bring wrinkle-release spray, hang clothes in the bathroom while you shower to let the steam do the work, or take advantage of the ship's laundry and pressing service. These options keep your wardrobe neat without running into problems at embarkation. This rule has surprised a lot of travelers. Bringing fresh fruit, vegetables, or even small plants off the ship can lead to a hefty fine. In some ports, something as harmless as a single banana in your bag could set you back $500. Many countries enforce strict agricultural laws to stop pests and plant diseases from spreading. Customs officers don't care if you plan to eat it later. If it's fresh and not sealed by the ship, it's not allowed ashore. The safest approach is to finish produce while you're still on board. Once in port, enjoy the local food there. Carrying fruits, veggies, or live plants across the gangway might look harmless, but it can turn into a very costly mistake. So now you've seen it. An entire list of everyday items that can stop you from boarding, get confiscated at the checkpoint, or even cost you a hefty fine. From power banks and toy blasters to something as simple as a case of bottled water, the rules in 2025 are stricter than ever. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever had something pulled from your bag at security, either at an airport or a cruise terminal? Was it something you expected, or did it catch you completely off guard? Share your story in the comments below. I read every one, and your experience might help another traveler avoid the same mistake. If this video helped you pack smarter, hit that like button. And if you want more travel tips to save money, skip stress, and keep surprises to a minimum, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. There are plenty more insider guides coming your way. Safe travels, smart packing, and I'll see you in the next video.